109 points. Second round, Boston mother effing Bruins. And I say that because, damn it with these guys.
I have no idea what the over-under is going to be for this team.
I will hold
400.
4 million.
400 and a half.
Actually, it says here,
Over.
BetMGM says whatever upsets Steve the most.
Damn.
That's
that
the
would
one.
be like 75.
Steve,
I'm
why-
going to be like, no, they're going to finish first now.
Steve, why do you care what the over-under is? You're going to say over anyway.
Shut up. Shut up.
You've said over to every single team so
Shut up
far.
about the over-under.
You don't even know what the number is. You just got to say over.
Okay, I will put it this way. Since I don't know the answer, this team had Allmark and Swayman last year. At the time we're recording this, they have neither of them.
Sure.
So the over-under better be nowhere near 109 because that is the kind of point total you get with one of the best, if not the best, goaltending tandems in the league.
Maybe of the last decade, honestly.
Right.
And-
109 also isn't like a benchmark for an over-under. Like only Edmonton, I think, is like 108 and a half or 109
well, there
and a
you
half.
go.
Like
Yeah,
that's
it's always
the very, very top of the league. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So,
I-
but listen, Boston was at the very top of the league again. Now it wasn't record-setting like the previous year where they had 130 points or whatever.
No,
the
but
hell
they
it was.
did have a better start, which is funny.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Isn't that crazy? Now the Boston Bruins are what you thought they were, and they doubled down on that a little bit this offseason. I want to start. I'm not going to start with goaltending because that's the most obvious thing.
Adam, that's because the Bruins don't get players who aren't Bruins.
Well,
Ever.
So here are the two guys they got. We'll
Yeah.
start with forward group, but I'm going to name the two guys first. Elias Lindholm,
Yep, Bruin.
total bastard.
Bastard.
Nikita Zadorov,
Bastard.
total bastard.
Bigger
Perfect
bastard.
Bruin.
Perfect Bruins.
So here's how the top lines are seemingly shaken out. If Pavel Zacha is playing the wing, it would be Zacha, Lindholm, Pasternak, Marchand, Coyle, Geeky, Max Jones, Trent Frederick, Justin Brazeau, Beecher, Kastelik, and maybe Cole Koepke.
Even Kastelik, who I think was a minor part of the Allmark deal, like just bastard.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Boston Bruins look very Bruin-y up front. It's hard, really, to pick at the forward group, and I say that specifically because even if you don't know Justin Brazeau, we in Toronto do because we lost him. The guy's 6'5". He's a freaking monster.
I think he's even taller.
Do they need?
I think he's 6'6".
Does this listen? With David Pasternak putting up 110 points last year, there was a bit of a fall off when you look at who else scored after him. So Marchand had 67.
Yeah, missed some games.
Missed some games. Well, no, Marchand played a full 82.
He
last
did?
year. Yeah.
He
Yeah,
must have
you're
been
thinking of
Pavel,
the
so-
year before.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe I am.
So 110 points for Pasternak. Marchand with 67. Coyle with 60. And Zacha with 59. Those are your top point getters. But I look at this offense and I go, yeah, they're going to be fine.
Add to that potentially Fabian Lysell, 21st overall in 2021. He was despicable in the AHL.
Great.
I know. So, like, even if he doesn't make the team out of camp,
Uh-huh.
there's a guy who you could see in short order. Patra is another guy. They have so many options.
And Dean Letourneau, too, who's 6'7".
It's of course he is. Of course he is.
I hate it. He was the 25th overall pick, by the way, in the draft. Don't forget about other gigantic Boston Bruins. So we like the forward group. It's hard to find a hole in it. Maybe they could get a few more goals this year.
Yeah, a bit more depth maybe.
Yeah, but they always find a way. And the thing about the Boston Bruins is they're always in at the trade deadline, and whoever is the guy.
They're going to be fine.
Defense. Another one where you go, shit. Lindholm, McAvoy.
Great.
Lohrei, Carlo.
Pretty good.
Zadorov, Peak.
Pretty good. You could do a lot worse than that.
Jesse, thoughts?
I don't have much to say with the Boston Bruins on defense because I think it's the best defensive core in the Eastern Conference.
I agree.
Damn, really?
Yeah, I don't think I'm taking any other team in the East above those six. Especially even like the seven, like Parker Witherspoon's a good seventh D, like he's hanging out there. But like
McAvoy Lindholm's pretty crazy.
yeah, and then Zadorov for depth and Peak's underrated, Lohrei so good. Like I got 1 through 6, I got no problems with anybody on D. It's that's why I'm so high on the Bruins this season, and I don't care who's playing goal for them. They're going to be a good team this year.
In goal, Jesse says he don't care.
I don't care.
This is the conversation.
As long as they're better than Steve, then they're good.
Yeah, well, Eunice Corpusalo And it's either going to be Yuri Patera or Brandon Bussy or Bussy.
What about Jeremy Swayman?
Well, he, as of this recording, is not signed yet.
He'll be fine.
And so my prediction, and I'll warn you ahead of time, I'm not going to tell you exactly where I have them placed, but is based on him not playing for a couple of
You
months.
have to.
As it stands today, it's been a pretty bad week between the two sides.
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion that it don't matter.
Okay, why?
Who cares if Swayman plays or not? Because of the rest of the team. This team is a team that if you can get by with whoever in net, and I think good teams prove this time and time again. We've seen this with the last couple teams that have made runs to the Stanley Cup Finals, in that you don't necessarily need the Vasilevsky. All right, Bobrovsky played great, but he wasn't their starter going into the playoffs. And I think consistently, time in, time out, good teams find a way to play great defense, which makes it easier for whoever's in goal.
But
and I think
so my counterpoint to that,
Boston
though,
is that team.
My counterpoint to that, though, Jesse, is you had the Lightning, who felt like this last year, but Vasilevsky had the surgery, and he didn't get back till December. And he was good. He was very good, and Tampa had a good year, but it was just a good year.
It wasn't very good.
It wasn't a great year.
He was, by his standards, bang average.
Absolutely. And poor Jonas Johansson thrown into the fire. I look at a guy like Jonas Korpisalo, who I am not a fan of, but I'll say this. Every time he's played in a strong defensive system, Columbus specifically, he's done well.
Good little run with LA as well.
Yep, and that was a good 1-3-1 defensive system. So if you can, and they have the talent to do it, if you can play great defense, if you can keep players to the outside, do not let them in Korpisalo's face, that's when you're going to run into issues. I think you're right, Jesse. They could absolutely be good on this one. And when he needs a night off, Bussy in the AHL's had an over a 920 save percentage last 2 years, and then Yuri Patera is Yuri Patera.
And the thing that I think is going to happen is this team gets off to a hot start. They start saying, we don't need you, Swayman. They get something done with Swayman.
That'd be very Boston.
I feel like that's how, if something's going to go Boston's way, it usually goes their way, and it happens the most Boston way. They're going to be good to start the season. It doesn't matter who's in goal, because great defense makes great goaltending.
Now, have you ever heard the saying, and I don't remember where I heard this from, having a good goalie is 70% of a hockey game. Unless you have a bad goalie, then it's 100%.
I have heard things like that before.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very Werther's original attached to it, old man saying. But like, if you're constantly chasing, that's going to get tiring, and it's going to affect the way they play.
That's not this team, though. Like, I raise you Logan Thompson, Aiden Hill, Jonathan Quick, the trio for Vegas that went to the Stanley Cup final. And like, I look at good teams. I look at good defensive teams where I'm like, there's 6 great guys on the back end. I can figure out that Jonas Korpisalo, who's proven to be a very good goaltender in this league, can do his job in the back, and the defense will be good enough to support him.
You know what, Jesse? We don't even have to do this. How did Yuri Patera do for the Vegas Golden?
Hey,
Well, he had an 893 save percentage last year and an over 9 the year before.
Yeah, last year he wasn't very good.
8 games.
893, a 1-3-1 record. The year before he only played 2 games. Hot damn, he was good in those 2 games, 929. So yeah,
2 games.
I know it's 2
I
games.
think honestly, I know they signed him for like insurance, but to me, he's the guy that they're waiving, and Bussy's in the lineup on opening night.
All right. Also,
He's
Steve,
going to be this year's Anton Forsberg.
Yeah.
He's just going to keep. Yeah,
I think Korpisalo is going to play well. You're allowed to disagree with me.
No, I do too.
If you think that Boston's going to struggle.
disagree.
Adam, we know disagrees. You're allowed to disagree and think that Boston's going to struggle early in the season. Do you feel that way?
Oh, sorry. I was waiting for the question.
You're allowed to do that if you'd like.
Listen, I always err on the side of the Bruins are going to get their way as a Leafs fan. So I think things are probably going to go well for them. Even if Korpisalo's good, I think we're really underselling. Ullmark Swayman is insane. Like, we're really underselling. That is, who's had a better tandem?
Nobody. I told you.
No.
It's the best tandem of the last time.
Nobody on planet Earth.
Last year, 2 years ago, Ullmark won the Vezina. Last year, Ullmark was 6th, you said, and Swayman was 7th.
In Vezina voting, yeah.
That's despicable. That's disgusting. You have 2 top 10 Vezina candidates, and then you go down to like Jonas Korpisalo, who I think at best is going to give you like, And that's just not the same as the best tandem in the league.
The reason I think this is the most fascinating team this year is that we're going to find out.
Yes.
We're going to find out if it was the goaltending, if they truly had the biggest luxury that any team in recent memory has ever had, which is 2 Vezina quality goaltenders at the same time, and whether or not it was because of them they've had this great little run, or if it's truly a team thing.
I would say
That's what this season means in my mind to the Boston Bruins, and that's fascinating stuff.
you might say it's the best goaltending tandem since Tuukka Rask and Tim Thomas.
Like, that's so dumb.
Isn't that dumb?
That's so dumb.
That's dumb, and I'm angry at them for it.
Look,
No, I'm bitter. I'm absolutely bitter.
I had an idea for like going back in time and looking at the best single seasons of all time. Tim Thomas, the year they won the cup,
Unbelievable.
fucked.
And you know what?
Oh, yeah.
Tuukka Rask was good every year after that. They just couldn't get it done for him.
It was ridiculous. Like, and
So-
Tim Thomas lost his job the next year. It was ridiculous.
So no, he retired.
And then he went to the-
He retired and wanted to live in a shack for
And then he didn't go to the White House.
yeah, I think, or one of those. Yeah. There was all that stuff.
it's difficult to keep track of.
Now-
dude was drafted by the Nordiques. Like, he's seen some shit. Anyway,
Bruins, BetMGM odds, regular season points.
okay.
99.5.
Oh,
Say the line,
Do it,
Bart.
Steve.
Say the line.
Don't you take that camera off him. Don't you dare.
this cements that they're winning the President's Trophy. By the way, under.
Oh, shit.
And in case you think I'm just doing that for the bit,
Yeah, I think you are.
I have them 4th.
Interesting.
And if I have them, I couldn't rank them over and 4th. That would be stupid.
I mean, it's not that crazy. The Lightning were 4th and they had 98 points.
Yeah, and was anyone like, oh man, the Lightning are shit? Like,
Yeah, it's just
no,
that everybody else is much better in the division than they were last year.
they're in
I
a
think.
really tumultuous situation right now.
Yeah.
And they are not the team that they want to be. And we know that because they have all this cap space that is supposed to be going to this goalie who hasn't signed.
Now, I think the most interesting take on the Bruins is Jesse, so I'm going to hold you back.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
I'm going to hold you
You
back.
can't hold me back.
I'm holding you
The
back.
club
Jesse.
can't handle
I'm
me
holding
right
you back,
now.
Jesse. So I will tell you my prediction first, and then I want to get Jesse's. My prediction is that the reason the Bruins will come 4th is that Swayman's not going to get done for the first month or two. If that's the case, I do think they're under. I absolutely know they're in the playoffs. I have them in 4th. And remember, this team has played a lot of hockey in the last few years, too. Don't be surprised if there's some injuries. And I don't love the score spread. 110 points and your next closest guy is 67. That should probably raise some alarm bells somewhere along the line. Jesse Blake, where do you have the Boston Bruins?
Well, I've spent some time in Massachusetts. I've been really enjoying myself some clam chowder.
I was going to ask.
Oh, fabulous stuff.
Actually,
yeah,
Massachusetts.
Fabulous. I did in Cape Cod. I couldn't get much fresher clam chowder than that. So it might be that in my blood right now. But I'm hammering the over. The Boston Bruins are winning the Atlantic Division.
Wow.
Running away with it.
I wouldn't even be shocked.
To
I
be
wouldn't
exact. First place over Boston wins.
Winning
Wow.
the Atlantic President's Trophy, though.
No, New Jersey's winning the presidency.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Over the Rangers. Okay, fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No,
Damn.
this team, they're going to dominate. They're going to be the most Bruins they've ever been. I think all this is going to do is make the best locker room in the National Hockey League
question.
together. Right now, even more together, even more let's pull up our bootstraps and get this thing done. They're going to win the division. Boston.
Wow.
These friggin' guys. Coach challenges Pasternak. He scores a Game 7 overtime winner. Get out of my face. Like, oh my God.